And speaking of eights, every year there's a filmmaking contest called Crazy Eights that takes place in Vancouver, and filmmakers are invited to pitch their ideas for films they want to make in 2 days for $800. All of those pitches are whittled down to 6 finalists who then begin the enormous task of getting ready for the sprint that will be their 2-day shoot. One of this year's finalists is Angelina Cantata, whose script is all about a Filipino caregiver's life and how she deals with being separated from her family and what it's like when they're all reunited here in Canada. Last year, Angelina produced and directed and edited a documentary short film on the Canadian Paralympic bocce team, and it premiered at the Vancouver Short Film Festival and won her Best Female Director award. I had a chance to speak with Angelina, along with her producer, Ita Kane Wilson. They came into the studio just before they went out on their 2 days of filming. They were all wound up and ready to roll. And I started by asking what the plan was for that day.
Oh dear. Okay, so I start today with a meeting with my post-production team. I'm going to the editor's office to discuss the film. And then I'm off to the location in New West to rehearse with the actors.
Anita, what are you up to?
What am I doing? I have to go to Costco to pick up food for craft services for tomorrow, so that they all the crew get fed during the day. And then I have to go and pick up a check from Crazy Eights, Eric Paulson, the executive director. And then I have to head out to New West, and I have to go to the city of New West to drop off a check, that particular check, for the permit, the location permit that they've kindly given to us. And then back to the house, and then I don't know what I'll be doing after that.
Are your heads just spinning at
yes,
this point?
They are.
Yeah, we're just like moving autopilot now. We're just being pushed in every which direction you can imagine, and we're just doing the best we can.
So why did you decide you wanted to leap into this Crazy Eights project?
It was really a personal dare for me. It was December 13 when they had the registration for Crazy Eights. It was my birthday, December 13, and I thought, hey, why don't I do something different for my birthday? So I went, registered, and didn't know that this is where we'd end up. Never realized that I would even be chosen or picked as one of the scripts that will be produced. It was just incredible.
And Ida, why did you want to jump on board?
Good question.
As she sits there about to deliver a baby, I add.
Well, actually, I got involved through the Women in Film Festival. I'm on the PR committee, and I met Angelina through that. And then I got a phone call as soon as you found out you were one of the 12 finalists.
Yep.
And she asked me, she said, would you help me produce the short film? And I'm like, I haven't produced a short film before, but I've done radio documentaries, so I'm sure it's the same thing. How naive was I?
I think Ita and I make a good combination because my background is in TV documentaries and Ita is in radio documentaries. Put that together and we do film.
Oh dear. I have to say that the people at Crazy Eights, they have great, what would you say? They have confidence in us, but I'd say they're a little bit apprehensive too. But surely they know we'll pull it off.
Angelina, had you always wanted to do something with a film documentary, as you know, working in television, kind of thinking, I'd like to try that too?
Yes, I actually went to film school many years ago, and I really enjoyed it. It was just that when I was in the Philippines, all the opportunities there were in TV and TV documentaries, so that's where I focused for many years. But yeah, I love movies. I really enjoy watching movies, and I've always wanted to tell a story. And this was a great opportunity when I read the Crazy Eights call for pitches for submissions. I thought, what a great opportunity! I want to give it a try.
So, what is the story?
The story is about a Filipino caregiver living here in Canada. So it's about her life, leaving her family, her son and husband back home in the Philippines as she works here, taking care of kids. And they've been separated for 5 long years. And finally, the day has arrived when her husband and son are coming to Canada to reunite with her. So that's basically what it is.
And this is a drama. This is not.
Yes.
But based on a true story?
Oh, it is based on a true story of many women I have met here in Canada. It was really meeting a lot of caregivers and nannies here in Vancouver that inspired me to write this story.
And how long have you been wanting to tell this story? Is it a story you've told in other ways, I guess, is what I'd like to ask?
Well, no, I am a new immigrant myself, and the way I was able to cope here in Vancouver, this new city that I live in, is reaching out to the Filipino community. So when I did that, I met a lot of caregivers and nannies who work here, and just listening to their story has been inspiring to me and
heartbreaking.
And heartbreaking at the same time. And I just want to make sure that through this film, that their sacrifice and hard work and dedication do not go unnoticed. So that's what I want to do.
Ida, how inspiring is this story for you?
Oh, absolutely. Hugely inspiring. As another newish immigrant, although I've been here nearly 5 years now. But actually, a friend of mine made a radio documentary about Filipino nannies in Ireland a number of years ago. And there were a number of Filipino women in Galway. And she ended up going to meet their families in the Philippines and doing a radio documentary about it. So I was fairly familiar with it all. So, and another thing I find inspiring is that the people we have on board as part of the crew, they all really loved the script and they all want to be involved, and we have such an amazing crew.
Amazing.
And it's because of the story, the human story.
Right. We feel very fortunate because everybody on our team is working on a volunteer basis. But oh my goodness, we have Lindsay George as our DP, an award-winning cinematographer. So we're very lucky to have her.
Renee Folsom, she's an amazing production designer, and when we met her, she said, "I'm on this because I love the story, and it's about women, it's about families, and it's really important to be told." And we also have another producer, Alasha Shuchuk, and she's an award-winning director as well. So I can't believe all these people that we have.
It's just incredible, the amazing team that we were able to put together, and everybody's doing 200% to make CCAT, the title of our film, come alive.
Angelina, what's that like for you then, to have written a script that people can relate to like that and who want to go, yes, this is a story we'd like to see told?
I have to keep pinching myself. I always tell Ita that CCAT, that the title of a movie, has taken on a life of its own. I like that people can easily relate to it, that even non-Filipinos can very easily understand the sacrifice and the years of separation and what that does to a family. It's easily relatable to everyone.
What was it like for you writing this script? Because I'm thinking that was quite a different experience as well.
It was a very personal project for me. I interviewed a lot of caregivers in the process to make sure that it is as accurate and as realistic as we can possibly make it. And I also had a lot of help with my script editor, Dylan Akio Smith, who was introduced to me through the Crazy Eights. And working with him just really made the script tighter because we're only given 10 minutes to tell our story. So we had to make sure that we create as much impact as we can in that short time that we're given. So working with him was really a benefit.
So there's all this lead up, and then the next 2 days are madness.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
What
does happen now in the next 2 days? Everything, right?
We'll have, I think, 12-hour calls, really, 8:30 to 8:30, and it'll be just as Eric said in the meeting. Eric, the executive producer, he said, for producers, he said, it's about conflict resolution. So, that'll be my role, just to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Because when you have so many people in place and so many different things going on
in such a short time,
it could be risky enough in terms of relationship development.
But I think we should be fine. Everybody
we'll be fine.
Knows what they're supposed to do. Everybody has their role to play, and everybody's clear on that. And like I said, it's amazing, very professional team that we have. So I think we're in for a really fun 2-day shoot. It's going to be great.
And I don't think, none of it would be possible without the Crazy Eights team that's in place there
Absolutely.
for us. They're all mentors. They're all in the business. And that's the thing about Crazy Eights, is that the whole film industry is behind us, which is just wonderful. And it wouldn't happen without them, really.
The support we're getting from Crazy Eights is just amazing.
What an exciting thing to jump into.
I know. I was thinking to myself, I was saying, this time next month, I'm going to be so bored. What am I going to do? I'll have this little baby crying. I'm like, oh no more film stuff.
Yes, you might both be hooked now.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
And when does it screen?
It's on March 27, our opening night at the Vogue Theatre at 7 o'clock.
Well, let the both of you go now and get
Yes.
back on the road. And all the very best this weekend.
Cheryl, thanks a million
Thank you
for
so
having us.
much.
It's terrific to meet both of you.
Thank you. It's been great.
Angelina Cantata and Ita Kane-Wilson, they are finalists in the Crazy 8 Filmmakers Competition, and all 6 films will be screened at the Vogue Theatre in Vancouver on March the 27th.